Sorry.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. This meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and the Star Ledger, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the municipal website. OPMA authorizes municipalities to conduct public meetings through use of streaming services and other online meeting platforms. The Red Bank Council is meeting in person as well as providing an option for the public to participate via Zoom video meetings. Please note that the option to attend is being provided as a courtesy. Therefore, if Zoom becomes unavailable during the meeting, it cannot quickly be fixed. Council will continue with the remainder of the meeting. For those joining us via Zoom, please raise your hand during designated times to be recognized for a comment. Well, whether you're appearing in person or via Zoom, you must provide your name to be recognized. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please, Mary.
Councilmember Bonatakis. Here. Councilmember Cassidy.
Present.
Councilmember Facey Blackwood. Present. Councilmember Forrest.
Present.
Councilmember Janome. Present. Deputy Mayor Trigiano. Here. Mayor Portman.
Here. For those of you who have not attended a council meeting before, I just want you to know it's always this crowded. So we have a very engaged group of residents here in Red Bank, and we're grateful for it.
You're very funny, Mayor.
Thank you. We have a bunch of stuff to get to, but Jim had something. You said you had a statement you need to read, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight's a great night for the Red Bank Police Department. Under my authority as the borough manager to appoint and promote within the department, I am proud to affirm and fully support Chief Frazie's recommendations for the promotion of Detective Perez to Sergeant, Sergeant Kovar to Lieutenant, and Lieutenant Kennedy to Captain. I've reviewed the selection process, scoring, and qualifications of each candidate with Chief Frazee, and I want to commend him for conducting such a fair, thorough, and thoughtful process. Each of these officers has demonstrated outstanding leadership, dedication, and professionalism, qualities that truly reflect the values of our department and the community. These promotions represent both individual achievement and the continued growth and strength of the Red Bank Police Department. Tonight is a night to celebrate their accomplishments and contributions. Congratulations to all three of you. Yeah.
I'd like to tell you a little bit more about each of our promoting police officers. First is the promotion of Paul Perez to the rank of Sergeant. Paul grew up in Edison, New Jersey, where he attended public schools and graduated from Edison High School in 1999. He went on to earn an Associate Specialized Technology degree in Graphic Arts from the Art Institute of Philadelphia. Pursuing his goal of becoming a police officer, Paul attended the Cape May County Police Academy through the Alternate Route Program and joined the Red Bank Police Department in April 2007. Throughout his career, Paul has been a valuable member of the department. He has served in the Patrol Division and is currently assigned to the Detective Bureau, where he has investigated numerous major crimes and oversees the department's Megan's Law offenders. Paul's fluency in Spanish has also been instrumental in preparing criminal cases for prosecution, particularly cases involving crimes against children. Paul is married to his wife, Erin, and they have a son, Benjamin. Yeah, that's it. Come on, Paul, let's take you.
Yes.
Someone, anyone that wants to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best for picture.
When it comes to it,
Yeah.
one of you can, I just want you to be able to hold that. There you go.
Got it.
Okay, so please repeat after me. I, Paul Perez, do solemnly swear that I will support and comply with the Constitution of the United States of America, Constitution and the laws of the state of New Jersey, the laws and ordinances of the Borough of Red Bank, rules and regulations of the Red Bank Police Department, the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. That I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as sergeant to the best of my ability. Of my office as sergeant to the best of my ability. Leave this down here.
Congratulations.
Technical appreciation.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Here.
Chin's up, big teeth.
We have the promotion of Heather Kovar to the rank of lieutenant. Heather Kovar grew up in Middletown, New Jersey, where she attended public schools and graduated from Middletown South High School in 2000. She went on to earn an associate's degree in fine arts from Brookdale Community College. Heather began her career with the Red Bank Police Department in November 2007 as a police dispatcher. In August 2008, she was hired as a probationary police officer and attended the Cape May County Police Academy. She was later promoted to the rank of sergeant in August 2015. Throughout her career, Heather has worked in several different capacities, serving in the Patrol Division and Detective Bureau. Heather is currently assigned to the department's Traffic Safety Unit, where she oversees traffic enforcement, pedestrian safety, and investigates serious motor vehicle crashes, just to name a few. Heather also works in conjunction with the Parking Authority to ensure enforcement. Heather is married to her wife, Jenna, and they have 3 children, Finn, Harper, and Maya.
You got.
Very good.
Got it. You're good. We're good now. There we go.
That's the shot.
I, Heather Kovar,
I, Heather Coleman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and comply
that I will support and comply
with the Constitution of the United States of America,
with the Constitution of the United States of America,
Constitution and the laws of the state of New Jersey,
the Constitution and the laws of the state of New Jersey,
the laws and the ordinances of the Borough of Red Bank,
the police borough,
rules and regulations of the Red Bank Police Department,
regulations of the Red Bank,
and the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics.
and the law enforcement code of ethics.
And that I will faithfully discharge
And I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office as lieutenant
the duties of my office as lieutenant
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. This is the best. Thank you so much. Okay.
Right, all right.
Last but not least, the promotion of Robert Kennedy to the rank of captain. Robert Sean Kennedy was born and raised in Red Bank. Attended the public school system and graduated from Red Bank Regional High School in 1991. He's the son of retired Red Bank Police Lieutenant Robert Kennedy Sr. and Patricia Kennedy, retired Senior Secretary with the borough's Department of Public Works. His brother Patrick also proudly served as a Red Bank police officer, continuing the family's long tradition of public service. After high school, Sean enlisted in the United States Army, where he served in the Infantry Division and was stationed overseas in Korea. He was honorably discharged following his service. Following in his father's footsteps, Sean began his career with the Red Bank Police Department in 1996 and was hired as a police office dispatcher. In December of 1997, he was hired as a probationary police officer and attended the New Jersey State Police Academy. He was promoted to sergeant in October 2008 and to lieutenant in April 2014. Sean is currently a watch commander in the Patrol Division, where he schedules training, conducts internal affairs investigations, and is a firearms range instructor. Sean is the proud father of Sean and Brooke.
Arrange that family.
Oh, yeah. Just on his shoulder.
Ah,
It's okay.
of course, this. Let's do
Turn this way.
it.
Yeah, so you can hold that there. There we go. There we go. All right. Repeat after me. I, Robert Kennedy,
I, Robert Kennedy,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and comply
that I will support and comply with
with the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the state of New Jersey,
the Constitution and laws of the state of New Jersey,
the laws and ordinances of the Borough of Red Bank,
laws and ordinances of the Borough of Red Bank,
the rules and regulations of the Red Bank Police Department,
the rules and regulations of the Red Bank Police Department,
and the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. I will faithfully discharge the duties
I will faithfully discharge the duties
of my office as captain
of my office as captain
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Sean, you said.
That's a little slow on the draw.
Damn it, too. Come in there.
All right.
There you go. Hey, like Spielberg, all right? Big teeth. Eyes up, chins up.
Get in.
How it's gorgeous.
Right, all right.
Yeah.
You're right on. These are handshake.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling.
Whichever one will stay.
And that's it.
There's a good chance that Frank Woods is going to give us a ticket because we're probably over capacity.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say,
Go ahead, Chief.
real quick, guys, I just wanna, I'm really astonished by the attendance tonight. Turnout's great. It's a big testament of the officers that voted tonight. And I'm so happy for them, their family, the borough, community in general. This is a long time coming. You know, I wanted to get this done earlier in the year. Those things, you know, taking over the department kind of slowed me down a little bit. But, you know, now that we've fulfilled the ranks, table organization for the police department is complete. Looking forward to meeting with my new administration, kind of go over some strategic goals that I had set when I first became chief. Now we can get these, we can move forward towards that and kind of get to the goals of the department and bring us together, keep the community safe and all that stuff. I really appreciate the turnout, the support for the department. I want to thank the mayor and council, deputy mayor, entire council, borough manager Gant for your support tonight with the promotions. it really means a lot to me because now I can move forward and kind of like bring the department to where I want it to go.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. We have our take that bingo policy as well, there, assembly people. Ben, you want to say anything? You good? All right.
He's here for Kathy
I mean,
Reardon.
Margie, you got anything? You wanna-
They're here for Kathy Reardon.
Like I said, congratulations.
I know you're here for Kathy, but you know, we figured we'd take advantage of you guys being here. Well, next up, we have a proclamation in honor of Kathy Reardon. And I'm gonna read that, and then you guys have, I believe you guys have one as well for Kathy, right? All right, actually,
Let them go first.
we'll give it a minute, yeah, we'll let, you know.
You want to give it 3 minutes so I can move my car? Blocking in the police cars in the back? Like literally blocking the police cars.
Like they can't.
Also, like they can't get out.
Well, that's what.
Yeah, okay.
Come back. We're gonna make him come back and shake our hands.
I don't want to be.
Did he say something to him?
100%.
No. Didn't have to do that. You have your keys?
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
You got it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll take another one.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Captain. Hey, nice shiny badges. Congratulations.
Well deserved.
You're so funny.
Ben, what are you doing here?
And you look.
Well, I went over and had trouble with him. I miss.
Remember then you used.
Where's yours?
We're lucky to have it.
Yeah, it goes to the alley.
Turn it off, this is
How was you?
Scenic Islands and all red.
on, it cuts out, but when I turn it off, I can hear out of this. I think it was.
Not on it. No, driveway.
How cute it was.
Yeah, exactly. That's my. Look at that, baby.
Inside, how cute it is. So excited about it. Have the room because they roll in.
Hey, rabbits.
Her team was, you know.
All right, we are about ready to
The knock.
continue with the agenda. I was gonna say the program, but no. Next up, we are honoring Kathleen Reardon.
Yeah.
Whereas Nurse Kathy, as she is affectionately known, is the school nurse at Red Bank Primary School in Red Bank, New Jersey, and her 13th year in the district. And whereas over 90% of the students come from economically disadvantaged families, Nurse Kathy is a dedicated member of the school staff. Kathy is constantly thinking of what can be done to improve the general health and well-being of our students, their families, the staff, and community as a whole. And whereas Nurse Kathy participates in the I and RS committee and holds various bike helmet sales throughout the year in order to promote safety. Her office is filled with positive quotes and messages for students. And whereas she works with outside partners to ensure every need is met, even for those who have a financial or language challenge. These include Optical Academy, Tender Smiles, Horizons, United Way, Riverview Medical Center, the Visiting Nurses Association, and other organizations that help support the health and general well-being of primary school students. And whereas she can be counted on 100% of the time to help a student who needs some extra TLC, support from the sidelines, a hug, smile, or ice pop. She is always compassionate towards students and families and assists in providing necessities outside of the educational setting. She reaches out to others for home and nutritional assistance to support the whole child. And whereas she runs the Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Grant Program in conjunction with the Chartwell's food service staff. This program has increased a healthier lifestyle by introducing more fruits and vegetables to all students. Under her guidance, the primary school won first place in 2017 in the grant's annual award. She provides weekly information to the staff to promote healthy eating as part of their lessons. And whereas she is the epitome of a professional. When called upon by student, staff, admin, or families, Nurse Kathy always makes herself available. And whereas throughout her many connections, she ensures the students have all they require. The health office is one where all stakeholders feel safe thanks to the environment established by Nurse Kathy. She goes above and beyond educating students, families, and staff on how to live a healthy and safe life. And whereas her work is a tribute to the difference she has made to so many in our community. With gratitude, respect, and admiration, we would like to honor her for all her achievements and what she has done for the greater Red Bank community. Therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, on behalf of the council and a proud and grateful community, do hereby recognize Kathleen Reardon for her outstanding achievements and congratulate her on her acceptance of the 2025 NJSBA Unsung Superheroes in Education Award.
Yeah.
Laura's gonna join you.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, thank you.
Fellow school nurse.
I think you should bring your family up too. Your family should have a grandchild.
I'll hold the baby.
This is fun tonight.
You having a good time, Doug?
No.
Lot better than the old days.
They like stuff.
Better than the old days.
Yeah.
In what?
Kathy, why don't you stay here?
Mhm.
We're gonna ask our State Senator and Assembly people, Vin Gopal, Mark Conlon, and Luann Peterpole to come on up.
Yep.
Give you some more awards.
Yay.
Thank you. Congratulations, you too.
I'm Assemblywoman Margie Donlin, and we have Assemblywoman Paul and Senator Van Gogh today. We have a proclamation from the state congratulating you on this tremendous achievement. As a physician and moreover as a mom, with kids in the schools, I know how important having someone you can trust in the schools when you're sending your kids to school, that they can feel cared for, that you're looking out for them. It's a tremendous responsibility that often does not go recognized. So this is, you deserve this above and beyond all recognition. Congratulations.
I have to reiterate what Margie Darwin said. Having a school nurse that is dedicated and uplifting to their students is just such amazing. Thank you to the mayor and the council for honoring such a wonderful person. And I'd like to hold Becky. Senator Van Gogh.
Thank you all for coming out. Thank you. Congratulations, Kathy. Thank you to Councilwoman Janone for reaching out to us to be part of this. We really,
School nurse, I had to do that. You know that.
we really appreciate it. And we're with this proclamation, which is signed by the Senate President Speaker, we're going to make sure the entire state of New Jersey knows how special of a person you have.
Yes.
You guys.
All right,
Comment.
Thank you for coming. Six guys.
I just want to say a few words. I've known Kathy a long time. Some of you might know I was a school nurse, then I became a professor of school nursing in 2000. And I don't remember what year you were in my program. But I don't take any credit for how great she was. She was a great student when she came into the school nursing certificate program. I knew you'd be a great school nurse. I just knew it. And then we reconnected when, I guess during COVID, during a COVID vaccine clinic. And I'm like, oh my God, Kathy Reardon works in our primary school. And I'm so excited that we have such a great school nurse in Red Bank. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
All right, and the hits keep coming here at Red Bank. We have a proclamation in recognition of the Red Bank Middle School boys soccer team who are the Shore Athletic League champion.
So tough.
Whereas the Red Bank Middle School boys soccer team has achieved the prestigious title of Shore Athletic League champions. Get set and move there, people. Whereas this marks the 6th year claiming the first place title of the Shore Athletic League. Whereas head coach John Adranovitz and assistant coach Jonathan Rue did an excellent job teaching their athletes to be their very best on and off the field. Whereas athletic director Isaac Nathanson provided the necessary resources to help support this championship journey. Whereas the Red Bank Middle School boys team closed out the season with an undefeated record of 11-0. Whereas the Rockets allowed only 5 goals and recorded 6 shutout games throughout the season. Whereas the Red Bank Middle School soccer team concentrated on the joy, camaraderie, and the skill of the game, where all team members contributed to the overall success of the team and demonstrated exemplary sportsmanship. Whereas on October 23rd, 2025, the Red Bank Middle School boys soccer team faced off against Union Beach in the Shore Athletic League Championship. The Red Bank Middle School boys soccer team were victorious 1-0 and solidified their place as the best team in the Shore Athletic League Conference. Therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, on behalf of the council and a proud community, to hereby recognize the Red Bank Middle School boys soccer team as the 2025 Shore Athletic League champions. Congratulations, team! Yeah, I'm gonna have you all come up one by one. I have a certificate for each and every one of you.
Go. Got it.
Probably good easy pen manual.
Call out a name.
I like her, clerk.
I know, we have a good.
A certificate of excellence
Cute.
to Ohani Araya Rojas.
Paraphrase this.
There you go. Next up, Romeo Borges Miguel. Next up, we have Kevin Boyd Jr. Next up, Gail Castillo Garcia. Codaios Conato. Sure. Next up, Rudy Fitzgerald. Enrique Guerrero Diaz. Jordan Jimenez Garzon. Jose Jimenez Hernandez. Rafael Lopez Castro. Rafael Lopez Vasquez. Morales.
I think we're gonna run out of space over here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Mhm.
Anthony Olivares Palma. And Ahaya Sanchez. Like a defender. Like sweeper, just clearing them all out. For all Baragon. Alexander Perez Ponce. Christopher Rodriguez Bonilla. Nation's left winger. Right, no, right wing? All right. Someone heckled me. They're like, he's a right winger. Oscar Sandoval Rosas. Austin Schmetterer. Alexander Tekwu Carry On.
All right, Mayor.
You get for not pre-reading. Tyler Tiro Linares. Or Kevin Tovar Lozano. Tim Vasquez. Aiden Velasquez Jimenez. Gary. Finally, John, oh no, hold on, we have two more here for our coaches, right?
Yeah.
First up, John Adronovitz, head coach. Jonathan Lewis.
Go, John.
Into an all, mail into a picture.
My son's.
Oh, really?
And I played.
It's in the front, defense in the back.
That's at this point.
This is their second year in a row, right? That they won.
An annual. I recognize the last time.
Us.
How's your Aberdeen soccer team?
We get about 500. We have like 6, 8 graders. So.
Teasing.
Oh, man.
Greg, the answer is not.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Greg, I haven't seen you.
Jump spot.
Hey, Greg, you look great. You look like you got your walking in this month.
I did a lot of walking.
That I
Paid off. You would have been proud of us, Ben. Get it.
It's up big.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that.
Here.
What is it?
Love it.
Yay.
Yes, coach. Speech.
Hey, you have it all figured out.
Floor.
Hey, you want to step to the front maybe so the folks
The microphone.
are there.
I'm excited to be back. I did not know I'd be following the promotions as well as, Kathy's proclamation. My daughter went through primary, my son's a student, we know how exceptional you are. Thank you to the mayor and the council for having us and taking the time. Thank you to all our supervisors here, Dr. Rummick, Mr. Doherty, Ms. Iozis here, Mr. Lam. Billy. I want to especially thank the parents. Their presence was felt throughout the season. We always had great support at games, away games. The parents frequently provided the kids drinks and snacks for after the game, and we even had parents that were the presence. We had a great group of kids to work with, and the coach as the coaches, and the credit for that goes to the parents. Thank you. Nathanson right behind me here, thank you. He takes care of the scheduling, the buses, the referees, the equipment, and many other things, so that the coaches don't have to, we get to focus on coaches. Thank you. Yeah, head coach John Andronovitz, we've done this together for 3 seasons now, each year. Each year we have raised the bar for what this program should look like. John believes in accountability, respect, and hard work. These values that guide our program. He demonstrates it as an educator and as a coach, and he expects it from our player. Speaking for myself as a teacher and as a coach, but even more so as a parent, I understand how vital it is to instill these values in them. And in complete alignment with your vision for what a middle school soccer program can be, and it's been a lot of fun to experience it. So the last time that the RB men's boys soccer team was here was back in 2022. We defeated Randy in the championship game and a triumphant return to the top of the league for our team. We had fallen short of the championship the previous 2 seasons, and we had a hurdle to overcome. We had an underdog mentality and a chip on our shoulder. This 2025 season was different. The goal was the same, the vibe. It was at the second or third practice that I went over to Coach Andronovitz and said something to the effect of, "We're really good." And John nodded no. We were not the underdog this parent or even playing a game that we had a group of skilled and knowledgeable players. Their ability and aptitude for the sport, as well as their chemistry, is clear to us. Our job as coaches is simple. Regular season schedule started soon after, and the boys just kept going.
As the season went on, we saw the kids step up as quiet leaders and we saw our team's confidence grow, but the confidence never developed into arrogance or confidence. The boys, to their credit, remained focused. The end result was that we got to bring the title back to Red Bank Middle School. I want to recognize the boys on a couple of things. At the Red Bank Middle School, the soccer teams have a unique experience of walking through the playing field at Count Basie Park for practices and games. I tracked the distance on my phone, and it's about exactly 1 mile from our gymnasium to our practice. We get to play our games on the best home field in the league that we have to earn. I respect you all, because when it's Friday and your mind and body are Friday tired, it would be very easy for a 12 or 13-year-old kid to skip practice and simply go home. But you guys did not. You guys showed up. Took that walk to the park, and when you got there, you all practiced hard. You were on a team, and you all did it with commitment and dedication. Furthermore, I know many of you play from the academy to college. These teams come with their own commitments and obligations. Many of you go from our practice to another practice. You also play multiple games on the weekend. Youth sports have changed, and for many, representing your school and town doesn't have the same importance that it did. You could have chosen to focus on your other teams and not bother to come out for the schools, but that didn't happen. This team consists of the best boys soccer players at the Red Bank Middle School. The best of the best want to be Red Bank Bobcats. To me, it's important, and I hope for you it's important, that you play this season in Jersey with such red. That you won a championship alongside the kids that you are growing up with here in Red. It's an experience that can't be replicated, and you should be proud. Council here has taken the time to recognize your achievement, as well as your parents and everyone else here, because they are proud. You are an undefeated team.
That's right.
Well done, boys. Good job.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Okay, well, I'll come see it.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. You just loaded up this last.
Be good. You're welcome. It's good to see you. Bye. Good to see you.
That's Otto's mom.
I am Otto's mom. That's right.
Otto's mom.
Otto's home. Otto's mom. That's me.
Hello.
Guys on the sandbox, please.
Good seeing you.
What? Oh, no.
Okay, we got one more.
I get it.
Probably no one's here anyway, right? Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, it's like a second season at the middle school.
Yeah.
No one's here anyway.
We're through. Do you see how long?
Okay, while our families are filing out, I'm just gonna read one more proclamation for Epilepsy Awareness Month. I should probably move
I got it.
the camera. I moved it. Whereas Epilepsy Awareness Month is a nationwide effort to raise awareness about epilepsy, seizures, and side effects, as well as to improve the lives of people affected by epilepsy through education, advocacy, research, and connection. And whereas epilepsy is defined by a tendency to experience seizures, sudden abnormal bursts of electrical activity in the brain that can disrupt behavior, awareness, and bodily control. And whereas there are multiple types of seizures and they can look different in different people. And whereas epilepsy can also lead to challenges such as fatigue, memory difficulties, mood changes, anxiety, and trouble concentrating, all of which can significantly impact daily life. And whereas epilepsy is a spectrum disease comprised of many diagnoses, including a growing number of rare epilepsies that are increasingly being identified through their genetic links. And whereas epilepsy is the fourth most common neurological disorder, nearly 3.4 million people in the US, including more than 123,000 in New Jersey, live with active epilepsy. And whereas being diagnosed with epilepsy can affect your safety, relationships, independence, and so much more. And despite challenges, many people with epilepsy can live happy, healthy, and productive lives with proper medical care and treatment. And whereas while many treatments are approved to treat seizures, 30 to 40% of people with epilepsy still live with uncontrolled seizures, and the epilepsy-related medical costs associated with uncontrolled epilepsy are 2 to 10 times higher than those of controlled epilepsy. And whereas protections exist in the Americans with Disabilities Act and related civil rights laws, but people with epilepsy still encounter discrimination in areas including employment, education, and housing. And whereas we must increase public knowledge about epilepsy and seizure first aid to change the way people think about epilepsies and seizures, decrease stigma and improve outcomes because 25% of the public say they would be nervous around a person with epilepsy. And whereas the Epilepsy Foundation Alabama is a statewide nonprofit organization working to ensure no one faces epilepsy alone through free seizure first aid training, advocacy efforts, support groups, awareness events, and more to support the 1 in 26 who will develop epilepsy in their lifetime. Therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of Red Bank, on behalf of the grateful council, do hereby proclaim November Epilepsy Awareness Month to encourage New Jersey residents to act together so no one faces epilepsy alone.
Mayor, can I say something?
Yes.
Mayor, I want to thank you very much for having this proclamation about epilepsy. I have a child with epilepsy, and all that you've described are some of the things that she's had to deal with. And as a parent, having to deal with that too, and being a very strong advocate for your child. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Nancy. Quick announcement. There'll be free parking in Red Bank, not every day, but Thanksgiving weekend, November 27th to the 30th. And also for the Christmas holiday season from December 11th to December 26th. So tell all your driving friends, parking is free. Also want to announce that we have appointed Taylor Chalmers to the Animal Welfare Advisory Committee. Brian, you want to come up and take that picture again, the before and after picture? You want to wait a little longer? Yeah. All right. All right. Perfect. Next up, we have a presentation from Pulse, which is our social work program here in Red Bank. And Shante Middleton and Garen Nathan are going to come up and tell us a little bit about the program. Are all the microphones working? That might be easiest if you want to sit right at that table there, and then you guys can pass the mic as needed.
Somebody can even sit up here.
Yep.
You could stare. Thank you.
I had a vision.
Have it.
You do, okay.
Thank you.
Goodies, we're getting goodies at the council. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's great.
Thank you very much.
Do me a favor, there's a little button on it, make sure the red light comes on.
Yes. Got it. On here or on here?
The big silver one on the
Big
bottom.
silver
that's still a mentor and a friend to me. And she was already established clinician in the community. So what better person to ask to come aboard and to get these ideas together and pitch it to Sarah, because that's where it first started. And the way how it started, we applied for a grant that was for 1 year. And in Cerebral is a bit different from how we do things at Red Bank. In Cerebral, the main goal was to lower use of force. That was our main goal. But with that goal, how we got to that goal was to, first, we needed the buy-in from the officers. We needed the buy-in from the community. And also we wanted to bring back community policing. And we definitely did that in Cerebral in the first year. In our first year, the rate of use of force went down by 47%. And since then, it has steadily declined. This year alone, we've contacted over 600 families, or 600 contacts with families in Cerebral. So we are the boots on the ground. We are like where the officers are not getting out of the cars and walking and talking. We are the folks walking and talking. And also, we wanted to get back to that community policing, like I said, because a lot of times, about 80% of the calls that go to the officers are not law enforcement related. They're social service related. So we wanted to change the perception of how people view the police. And the way how we do that is because the way how we can do that is a lot of times officers go to houses on people's worst days. And and if we can not only get a referral from the police department and then contact them after their worst day and give them the resources that they need. And not only, sometimes they don't even want our resources, sometimes they don't even want to help, but then call them back 2 or 3 weeks later, a month later, just to check in on them, to see how they're doing. That goes such a long way. So that was the way how we bought into the community, because the community didn't even know that we existed. And then once we started making calls and contacting them, showing up at their house, calling them. Sometimes we would show up with officers and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" It's not a on the door, "Please open up your door. We are the police." No, we are there with, or sometimes officers in the back, and we're saying, "Hey, how are you? How can we help you?" So that was the way that we changed the way how some folks looked at police to more positive. Also, the way how we had the officers buy into what we were doing was, I can tell you just a quick story. When I first got on, I think I started at 12 o'clock, and maybe about a half hour into the shift, there was a call that came over the radio about a domestic dispute between a 13-year-old and a father. Now, by the time I got out to the house, the officers, I already have been there for about 45 minutes. Once I arrived there, it seemed it wasn't just a domestic dispute. It was about a 13-year-old being very upset that his dad was always drunk and started fights in the house. And now this was about 12:30 in the afternoon, and this guy was heavily inebriated by 12:30. That means he's been drinking since about 9 a.m. And what started the fight was that he did not want to go to the hospital, and the son and the mother were very tired of the situation that was going on at hand. The way how we got the officers to buy in is that once I showed up, maybe about 15 minutes after, I was able to coax the father to get into the ambulance and go to the hospital to get checked out. By the time maybe about 5 minutes or 10 minutes after I showed up, one of the officers already left the scene. Now, with that officer, when I told you they had been there, 2 officers been there for 45 minutes. After I showed up, now that one officer can now go back on the road, go patrol, and actually do cop things, keeping the community safe. The other officer was very happy because now he didn't have to call APS and wait for APS to call him back to say, "Hey, we have to force this guy, put him in handcuffs, and try to get him to the hospital."
Right.
And it did not happen like that. So he finally got into the ambulance and he went and got checked out. And when I tell you, by the time I got back to the police station,
it was almost like, it was like high fives and like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. This is great. You guys were awesome. That was the initial part of, and of course, there were many other instances of when things like that happened. But from that point on, we knew that we were making a great change in Cerebral. Now, like I said, Cerebral is a lot different from Red Bank, and Shantae and the rest of the team will definitely speak to that. But I just wanted to give you guys an overview of how we got started and where we're going to move to.
Yes, so in regard to Red Bank, we were welcomed into Red Bank by Deputy Mayor Kate. And in doing so, we were able to meet with community providers and really assess what individuals' needs are. There is no clear-cut response that we have in terms of going out and meeting with people. There's no script that we follow. We really do this, assess a person's need for services. So come in from the police officer themselves. It comes in from some community members. It comes in from some community providers. We try to figure out what the root cause of the issue is and how we can best assess or assist them. At times when people are struggling, it's hard to get social services or that person on the phone that can typically help them. So we hold their hand until they can get to where they need to go. The third part of what we do is we try to restore the relationship between the community and law enforcement. I mean, we do circle back because like Garen said, police officers go out and see people on their worst days. And many times they don't get the feedback about what happened afterward. There's been several times that I've been here in Red Bank and I reached back out to an officer because whoever we have assisted because of the officer said, you know what, that officer was really nice. They were really kind. And for the officers to hear that, they're just like, thank you, because they don't get that things that they need on an everyday basis. We often tell a lot of community members when we're meeting with them that what they don't understand is that officers have to go out on every single call that comes in. And so it's overwhelming. So we do try to be that bridge and let them know. We let everybody proudly know that we're stationed here within the Red Bank Police Department and that we are a link to them. So like I said, we get the referrals that come in. We try to review any prior incidents and see what the root cause is and try to access services for individuals. But we also have a lot of involvement in terms of community resources and community events. So
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Henry. I'm a licensed social worker. I work full-time with Preferred Behavior Health Group, the NJ4S Compass program. So I am in all the schools in Monmouth County doing prevention education. I started my day in Red Bank Middle School this morning, teaching the 7th graders about turning conflict around. So I'm very happy to be here tonight. So community resources, resources in general, once we do the initial assessment, see what the needs are, we want to revisit what's already in town. We don't want to overstep. We are not there to step on toes. We are there to bridge the gap and utilize and work in conjunction with our community partners. And I know Rita's going to talk a little bit more about our community partners. If those needs aren't met by local resources, we just move upwards. I like to move up to the county, then I like to move up to the state, and then I even use some like national based resources as well. Read a lot of articles of how to, find the best avenue to get these families and these individuals what they need and the help they need.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Annette Rios. I'm a licensed social worker working with Pulse Care in Red Bank, and also I work as an intensive and community therapist providing support therapeutic services to families in the community. So tonight I'm going to touch on some of the community resources that we're having that we work with and that we're very happy that support us. So JBJ Soul Kitchen, we use them, of course, for food resources and referrals. Also, there is the Saturday Soup Kitchen at Trinity Church in Asbury Park, where weekly hot meals are offered as well as private distribution, where we provide blessing bags, socks, hats, food there is needed. Lunch break, of course, here in Red Bank, the food pantry meals and updates. They give us updates on individuals who frequent there. as well as the city of Asbury Park. We use the identification cards, emergency shelter overflow during Code Blue nights, and of course, the Monmouth County Board of Social Services, which is a housing hub for food resources, emergency placement. For medical and health needs, of course, there's the Parker Clinic. We always let people know that they can have medical health services for those in need, and of course, those without health insurance, and the Mental Health Association, Housing Navigation, and Mental Health. And
she's on that side.
Okay, so, hi guys, thanks so much for having us. My name is Shafay Jamil. I'm the attorney that works with Pulse. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about what some of the community outreach events.
Just talk a little closer to the mic.
So I'm just going to talk about the community outreach that we've done so far. So we've done the lunch break annual picnic. We've also done the GBJ Soul Walk. We did trunk or treat about 2 weeks ago in 2 different locations, one in Asbury and one here in Red Bank. We've worked with the Expungement Clinic, National Night Out, Job Fair, and also the Hispanic Heritage Month. We were a part of that event as well.
I did want to add that when we first started in Cerebral, one of the things that Shantae always used to say was, I want to do more, I want to do more. And Red Bank came along. And let me tell you, Red Bank does more. I'm not trying to downplay what Cerebral does. Cerebral's a great time as well, but the community-based resources that you guys have are bar none, second to none. And this is definitely in Shantae's wheelhouse. It's in all of our wheelhouses, but more so Shantae, because she always wanted to just do more and help the community.
Thank you. So in terms of tracking our data, again, we're entering our 3rd year here in Red Bank. So year 1, I don't have my glasses, Jackie. I don't know if you, okay.
Hey, what do you need? You got.
I need her to read that, our year 1 outcomes. But we try to really figure out exactly how to track the data so that we can report it back to you. So we thought it would be best to tell you the types of situations that we deal with, because we want you to know what we're doing here in Red Bank.
Yeah, so our primary focus is in 2024, 31% was mental health. From there, 11% homelessness, 10% juvenile well-being, domestic disputes and violence, family and verbal disputes, first aid calls, intoxication, sexual abuse and sex offenses, and well-being checks.
Yeah, so then for year 2, what we were realizing is that we were dealing with the same people constantly. And I know I've had some conversations with some of you to understand that. So our numbers weren't looking the same way. So we are trying to figure out the best way to report back to you for year 3, exactly how we're tracking data. But we continue to be in the community 12+ hours a week, trying to help community members to find valid resources. So as we were going through the list of partners that we work with, I know that you're hearing some things that are in Asbury Park, but Asbury Park happens to be the overflow of where some of the community members go when the warming centers here are full, or if we can't get immediate service. And the officers, law enforcement has been very gracious in assisting with transports down there as well. So we try to encompass and help those who help us to help community members in Red Bank. So I wanted you to understand why you're hearing that there are other towns, specifically Asbury Park, outside of Red Bank. So we do have some pictures on that. I don't know if you can kind of scroll through and see if there's any specific information that you would like us to track, because this is a service that is offered here by the borough. Please let us know. We'll be happy to do so. But we do have the wellness campaign and stroll. Yes, Mayor Portman, you're on there. We have the Christmas event. We had our first day in Red Bank with you, Deputy Mayor Kate and Lieutenant Novak from Sayreville. And we can send you all the presentation just so that you have it, but we did want to say thank you to you all. Thank you to the community members for having us, because it really is a pleasure to be here in Red Bank. As Garen said, Red Bank is a place like no other. Like, we were welcomed in. The department welcomes us every single time we come through the door. And I think the best compliment that I received is I came here. Actually, we do support some of the unhoused in terms of court cases as well. And I came here recently for a court case for a gentleman who was unhoused, and the officer just looked, Heather, and she was just like, no, just come in, you're one of us. And to have that acceptance is really what we're striving for, because we want to be an extension of them. If you remember the old police adage to protect and serve, I always say that our job is to enhance the service department, to make us, to make them, to make all of us look well. So thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And
I just want to say
Yes,
something
Chief.
on the police department side. I'm very supportive of Pulse. When they first came to us 2 years ago, I didn't really know what to expect. And, you know, they're like the dream team. Whenever we have an issue with somebody that we deal with over and over, not even just that, but anyone in town, they're always there, you know, at the drop of a hat. They're like one of us. And I can't say enough. I mean, Annette worked so hard on a resident in town, Eddie, to get this guy who was disabled and lived by himself after his brother passed away. And Annette worked for 6 months trying to get this guy into a facility. And I could see the wear and tear that, you know, he put on her, or she put on herself to get this done. But they're out there with us. You know, in the beginning, like I said, I didn't know what to expect. They lived above their means. And, you know, the homelessness that we have, you know, homeless come and go, unfortunately. The alcohol issues that we have, people drinking, drug-related issues, we forward all that to them, and they're there following up either that day, the next day, and a few weeks down the road. Even hospital trips, they're there. I have nothing but great things to say about them, and I think they've been an asset and very positive for the department and to the community.
Good to hear, Chief.
Thank you.
And then I just wanted for clarification about how you're getting connected with people. Is it still true that there's a process where on your police reports, when your officers are filling out their police reports, there's boxes that they can check off?
It's a referral box. So after the officer completes their report, they go to the top of the report and they'll click, like if it's an arrest, they'll click arrest. But if it's a Pulse referral or something that they deem that the Pulse should look into, they'll click that box the next morning. Or if it's needs immediate attention, the supervisor will reach out to them. But if it's the next morning, Lieutenant DePani or somebody in the Detective Bureau will print it out and make contact with them. Their office is stationed in the Detective Bureau with our guys.
I think that's what I found to be so brilliant about this. When I first got in office 7 years ago, and it was around the time that we were culturally and we were going through a modern civil rights movement with the murder of George Floyd and Trayvon Martin and so many others, and people were looking for solutions. The wheel hadn't been invented yet. And people were saying, we tried having social workers in the police department and it didn't work. They would do ride-alongs and nothing happened. And then they went home and there was money being spent and it wasn't working. And so when I met all of you and you had this unique life experience of growing up with law enforcement as parents and then growing up to be social workers and having all these unique life experiences, it was so powerful that you took all of that to create this. And it really is so brilliant that it is that the officer is checking this box on their report and then the referral is going to you. And then you're then doing the follow-up with the person that is in need. I will say also, as an elected, myself and other people on this dais have interacted with people in need. As local elected officials in a 2 square mile town, people know where we live. I have people that personally knock my door when they are in need of things like emergency housing. And I am not a social worker and I do not know how that works. And being able to call Shantae and to be able to say, this person needs emergency housing, which is an extremely difficult thing to apply for and takes somebody who is a really, really, really sharp professional to even begin to understand. For me to have that resource, it makes me feel like a more prepared public servant. So to hear what the chief has to say, for him to say that this is a value to our department, to hear police say that somebody is one of them, that's a.
That's all.
We know that the police are a tribal crew. So I'm so elated to hear that that's the progress in the program. And I'm so grateful that on top of that everyday critical work, that you are also with our community partners, that you're also with JBJ, that you're also tabling at community events. Like, that's just like the icing on the cake, that you're also getting out there and letting people know what you're doing and educating the public. So thank you so much as we enter Code Blue season. I've been on the Code Blue committee since its inception. You know, you're just such a wonderful asset to the community. So thank you for being worth the investment. We're very indebted. Thank you.
Thank you for trusting us.
Thank you.
I always got to kind of bring it back to the management side of things, because that's my job. But I just want to let everybody know that the funding for the Pulse contract comes through opioid settlement money that the borough receives, and we're proud to put it towards that purpose, and we will continue to do so through 2026 as well.
Thank you. All right, next up, I'd like to make a motion to open the floor for public comment on agenda items only.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right. Public has any questions or comments on agenda items only? There'll be another time later on to comment on anything that's on your mind, but right now, just agenda items. Anyone online, Jim? Okay, can I have a motion to close the public comment on agenda items only?
Make such a motion.
Wait a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from 10/23/2025?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we have a couple of ordinances. First up is a final reading and public hearing for ordinance 2025-28. Entitled an ordinance amending chapter 9 boards, committees and commissions of the borough's revised general ordinances to add a member of the borough's Shade Tree Committee to the borough's Complete and Green Streets Advisory Committee. This ordinance was introduced on October 23rd, 2025. Can I have a motion to open the public comment on this ordinance only?
Make such a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone have any comments on ordinance 2025-28 from the public? Anyone online, Jim? I have a motion to close the public comment on ordinance 2025-28.
So moved.
Sorry. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
You were a little excited there, David. All right. Good. I like your enthusiasm.
I'm excited by this.
Can I have a motion to approve ordinance 2025-28?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy,
Yes.
Councilmember Tracy Blackwood,
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest,
Yes.
Councilmember Janone,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano,
Yes.
Mayor Portman.
Mike.
Yes. Next up is a final reading and public hearing for ordinance 2025-29 entitled Ordinance Authorizing the Acquisition of a Permanent Public Access Easement affecting a portion of Riverview Medical Center's properties known as Block 11, Lot 1.02, and Block 9, Lot 33.01, in connection with the borough's ongoing efforts to secure continuous and contiguous public access to the Navesink River. This ordinance was introduced on October 23rd, 2025. Can I have a motion to open the public hearing on this ordinance only?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone have any comments on the easement secured from Riverview? Anyone online, Jim?
No, sir.
Can I have a motion to close the public comment on this ordinance only?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-29?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy,
Yep.
Councilmember Tracy Blackwood,
Oh, yes.
Councilmember Forrest,
Yes.
Councilmember Janone,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano,
Yes.
Mayor Portman.
Yes. Next up is an introduction for ordinance 2025-30 entitled an ordinance amending chapter 300 construction codes uniform to update construction fees. Can I have a motion to approve ordinance 2025-30 on introduction?
I'll make such a motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis?
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy?
Yes.
Councilmember Facie Blackwood?
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest?
Yes.
Councilmember Janot?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano?
Yes.
Mayor Portman.
Yes. Public hearing for this ordinance will be held on December 11th, 2025. And next up is an introduction for ordinance 2025-31. It is an ordinance amending chapter 680 vehicles and traffic to reduce the prohibited parking area from 165 feet to 140 feet on the south side of Dr. James Parker Boulevard to create additional parking. All right,
Roll call and then we'll introduce it.
so first, can I have a motion to add ordinance 2025-31 to the agenda?
I make such a motion.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis?
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy?
Yes.
Councilmember Facie Blackwood?
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest?
Yes.
Councilmember Janot?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano?
Yes.
And Mayor Portman.
Yes. What's that?
Gotta introduce it.
All right. Can I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2025-31?
I'll make that motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis?
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy?
Yes.
Councilmember Facie Blackwood?
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest?
Yes.
Councilmember Janot?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano?
Yes.
Mayor Portman.
Yes. Motion is approved on introduction and a public hearing will be held on December 11th, 2025. We have a bunch of resolutions. Does anyone want to pull any of them out or can we introduce them all in the consent agenda? Take a minute.
No objection, Mr. Mayor.
Good. Can I have a motion to approve resolution 25-228 through resolution 25-238 on a consent agenda?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis?
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy?
Yes.
Councilmember Facie Blackwood?
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest?
Yes.
Councilmember Janot?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano?
Yes.
Mayor Portman.
Yes. Okay, so a couple of not really action items, I think they're just discussion items. We have a Red Bank Volunteer Fire Department application for a membership in a couple of different capacities. Joel Janone has applied for active membership in the auxiliary. Thank you, Joel.
Yeah.
Laura Janone has applied for active membership in the auxiliary. Thank you, Counselor. Holly Valdez has applied for an application for active membership in the auxiliary. Nancy Facie Blackwood has applied for application for active membership in the fire police.
Yay.
Nicholas Stephen Tizio for active membership as a junior member. He was added on November 10th, 2025.
Okay.
And William Wagner has put in an application for active membership as a junior member, and he was added on 11/10/25.
Yay.
Yeah.
Bunch of events coming up here in Jolly Red Bank. On November 28th, it's the Red Bank Town Lighting with Holiday Express, excuse me. The run of show is 5 p.m. pre-show at Edmund Wilson Plaza, 6:30 parade up Monmouth Street with the fire department, 6:45 concert on Broad Street. We also have the December 5th West Side Holiday Tree Lighting at Johnny Jazz Park from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And on December 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th, the Red Bank Holiday Trolley will be here. How about that? Can I have a motion to open the floor for public questions and comments?
Make such a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, the floor is yours to the public. If you have anything to add, now's the time. You good, chief?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Chestnut Street, good evening.
You're speaking in the microphone.
Pull as close as you can, Bill. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good evening. Recommend resolution NP 2333. Be it resolved that Red Bank, I'm gonna paraphrase it. Intends to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from borough operations by 50% by 2030. So my question is, do you think you're on track?
What do you think?
Well, I think we're going to continue to measure exactly what that goal is. And I think that through doing the annual carbon footprint analysis, which we're actually in the process of upgrading that now, working with Terrence through Public Works. We did a bunch of energy efficiency lighting upgrades throughout our borough buildings. We're looking to add carbon footprint decreasing elements to our Public Works facility upgrades. Recently, myself and Nancy have met with two separate community solar companies, well, to see how we can bring community solar to the borough. Looking to upgrade our electric vehicle fast charge, our chargers to fast chargers, and seeing what goes into that. We actually met with Bill Wilk of Parking recently. He's been in contact with Capture Point, who's our current charger organization, to see what upgrades they have to the ones that we even have right out here in front of Borough Hall. And I think that establishing complete streets and the committee and bolstering the environmental commission and the green team to work towards our sustainable Jersey elements as well. We actually brought that in-house and appointed Shauna as our sustainable Jersey coordinator. So I think that really starts to bring that effort a little bit more into focus. So I think that we're doing a number of different things that we're continuing to do, and really I see the state adjusting, their goals as well, because I think there was some very big goals that the state had. I think it needs to be this very fluid thing that we're constantly working towards.
You also get electric vehicles according to DPW that we have a grant.
Yeah, one of the things through the grant that was received prior to my arrival in the borough through the electric vehicle grant is something that we're going to incorporate into the DPU project as well. Obviously, bringing those vehicles in now wouldn't make much sense because we don't have the infrastructure, but the infrastructure will be a part of that plan for the Public Works upgrades.
It's all good things.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Yes, sir.
I'm a Salmon, 20-year resident of Bodmin Place. The last 6 months have been miserable. I've been very happy in this town for 20 years, but the project going on, it's been total disrespect for us. And it's been going on, I've been calling your office no less than 10 times over the last 6 months. And I'm just done, just really done. We had a problem with trucks lining up at 4:30 in the morning. They don't do that anymore. But there's just no respect whatsoever. Like the last 2 weeks, we've had plumbing trucks dropping off stuff at 6:30 in the morning. They're beep, beep, beep all the time. They're dropping the plumbing off, they're doing all the stuff. It's just ridiculous. We've had problems on, I live at Mara Vista, and our, the sewer that the town, storm sewer, is starting to sink. Our sanitary sewer is in our driveway, and they're bringing these big trucks in, and we keep telling them to stop it. It's ridiculous. I got so mad, I went over, charged over actually, and confronted the super on the site. And of course, he promptly called. They were there very promptly to have me sign off that I did that again. I'd get arrested. The last couple of weeks, I've been calling the police with around 7 o'clock in the morning. These guys are banging away. The ordinance says 7:30 in the morning. They have no respect for us whatsoever. And it just keeps going on, and on. And this is, we need some relief. Serious relief.
Chief, I know you've been, you know, I know you want to speak to that a little bit to
Yeah, no problem.
this gentleman.
So actually, I spoke to your neighbor, Mr. Murphy, it was yesterday, the day before, they were concrete. Him and I have talking, we spoke a few times in person and through the internet. There is an issue. I mean, we've spoken to the contractors there a number of times. You know, they when we speak to them, they stop for a period of time and then they're right back at it. You know, I had a brief conversation with the borough manager regarding maybe we should make them not work Saturdays. That'll really put them behind, but at the same time, it's gonna put them behind and you're gonna have to live with it longer, or even the project's gonna continue for longer than it's planned.
What do we do if someone is not obeying an ordinance? Is it a warning and then a fine?
Shut the job
The
down.
ordinance says $250 fine starting each time. Now, I've called at least 10 times and I would bet that there hasn't been any fine.
So if there's a safety issue, I think through our traffic safety unit, we can issue a stop work order.
Yeah, Jim,
That's through like when the trucks are in the roadway, but we do have a meeting with them Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. We're meeting on site to discuss the issues and maybe some additional traffic. I think at one point we were gonna eliminate traffic on the east side of Bodmin and kind of give them a lane to keep their trucks in, so it's not obstructing traffic in a way. We're also talking about them hiring a police officer to help out, getting trucks in and out. I mean, listen, the borough gave them permission to build, but they don't understand that they have to, you know, you guys live here, you're residents, you're taxpayers. So.
Yeah, what I want to just add to it.
Ordinance exists.
Correct. The ordinance
exists.
The ordinance exists. So what we're.
7:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
6 or
Excuse me, sir, just one second, because I know you made your point and your point's
Yeah.
well taken.
We understand. Yeah.
And we understand what's going on. And I think that these consistent, you know, we've been out there, we've answered the calls, we're setting up a meeting with them now. We're more than happy to tell them what the deal is. And the deal is gonna be the deal. They don't, you know, the tail just doesn't wag the dog when it comes to the ordinance and what they have to comply with. Do we make concessions for big projects to work on weekends? Absolutely. We want the projects done. You know, we want these things to move faster until, and we always give the caveat that they become a nuisance
Disrespectful.
disrespectful to the surrounding town. So we hear you. We're gonna address the issues between my office
first time
and the
hearing about
police
this.
department. And we're gonna continue to have that communication with them and that open line.
There's an ordinance. This is 6 months out. Like, where's everybody been for 6 months?
this is the first I've heard of it. And Jim, I'd like to point out too, that the planet, hang on, excuse me, let me finish.
I believe every time I've gotten a notification, I've let the chief know and he's gone out and.
Like,
Spoken with them?
Mary, I mean, I'm done.
Jim, will you take a look at the planning board memorialization as well before the Tuesday meeting? Because it was a substantial discussion about the parameters of the permit. It's broken, doesn't work.
Great.
There's a substantial, they did agree to certain parameters too regarding the construction, how they would work the site, the hours, et cetera. So in addition to the ordinance, they agreed to certain
Right.
certain parameters in that memorialization. I'd like that to go to the Tuesday meeting as well, because it was really well considered by Dan and the board that time.
Yeah.
I think what's happened too is they've kind of said like, these trucks are showing up and we weren't ready for them. We didn't know they were coming. So they're placing blame. However, we're gonna hold the GC accountable
Yeah.
for what's going on that site, period.
Because they claim that, well, they can't control the subs. If you can't control the
That's
subs,
exactly what they.
Exactly.
you're in that. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
We agree.
We agree with you.
Next thing I would like to ask, when is a construction vehicle allowed to be on Bodmin Place? At what time in the morning are they allowed to start backing these things up and making a lot of noise? It doesn't say that in the ordinance.
It doesn't say that.
Talks about idling, right? Talks about idling. Not backing up.
Driving down, to waste the point of turning around, backing up.
So when the police show up, they shut the motor.
Yeah, that's a lot of, I think you addressed that in one of your emails. You said the same thing, that, you called the police. By the time we got there, they had, what they were doing.
When I'm speeding, I see the police, I slow down. Yeah, I get it. But.
Yeah.
And then they're running the vehicles, they're backing up the vehicles from the site at 7:30 in the morning. Beep, beep, beep. It's like, it's going right through the building.
We are.
So what we're gonna do is, after this meeting, we'll be in contact with you as to what came out of that meeting, so you know exactly what action items we've put in place. Okay?
Yeah.
Hear your frustration following the process. Obviously, they're not listening, and it has to be escalated. Yeah, take it to the next level.
I'll say, dealing with a number of different contractors throughout the borough, you see all the projects that we have going on. They've actually been very compliant with a lot of other things that we've had issue with up until this point. So I think that they're gonna be willing to hear us out, because they're not gonna have much of an option.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Yes, Jimmy.
Jimmy Dart, 48 West Sunset. You know one thing, Mayor Portland, for years and years, they said he was gonna get mics. And you know what, another thing, if you have cordless speakers, sometime in the back, you don't get nothing. You take.
Yeah, and I think they're here, right?
Yeah, they old.
We ordered them, new ones are here, and they're just waiting to put them together. Is that what it is?
Waiting on some more parts, and
Right.
yeah, it's a big project.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's
A lot of wiring.
so long. I always believe in don't, if you're gonna make a promise, go in, cut it out, but because the same thing over and over. These mics are terrible. I mean, people say, I can't hear them. I said, you know what? I've been asking for years.
So just to go over what the project is, there's all new microphones going in, there's new speakers that are gonna.
One question, when?
Yeah, that's what we're coordinating now.
But you win. I mean, I've been asking this before you even came here.
I know, and when I got here, we got it done. So.
I just like, no, I just believe.
We had to put the funding in place, we had to buy the product.
We can't wait either. I'm very excited.
But the thing is, make promises, I mean, keep saying over and over, I'd be glad with the next thing.
Jimmy, I'll show you all the boxes of all the material that we already have for the project did.
So all these years, I don't even want to see them. Next question, this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Down the street, and we drop off your recycled garbage, but with the cans and stuff. My thing is closed Monday. It's been closed for how long on Mondays? You see people going down there, they say, why is this thing closed on Monday? And why it can't be open on Mondays? Then you have holidays come up, and then that offsets a lot of time, it's like, Monday, Veterans Day is Tuesday. And my thing is, why this can't be opened back up on Monday? Got the manpower to put somebody down there on Mondays. And I'm asking you, you check this out, get this straightened out, because I'm so sick of hearing, oh, this and that, this and that, this and that. And you got the manpower to put somebody down there on Mondays. So this way people can take care of whatever they need to take care and still not floating around. And people say, well, God, ain't no sign. No, it's no sign down there. I go down there sometimes, forget. But I always said Monday is an even day, and for years, it's been open for Mondays. All of a sudden, why do you take Monday? Why don't you just leave it open on Monday so people can take care of their business? And
Jim, is that something do we have the manpower?
No, Monday is our reset day, that's our maintenance day at the yard. We're open on the weekend for that purpose, so that we don't have the demand on the Monday, but we have the demand on the weekend.
But my thing is something can be done about this. It was done long before time, before most of y'all came up here. It was open on Mondays. It was very nice cash.
Right, the community decided that there was more of a demand on the weekend.
But they don't, my thing is, You don't see the traffic, you don't see the problems caused people. And like I said, before y'all came up here on this panel, it was open on Monday, it was nice and casual. And I always said you can work with the people, want to work with the people. But like a lot of times, people don't see the problem, people don't try and say they don't have the manpower, which they do have the power. But my thing, therefore, I direct this at you because it just, I told people it's annoying, it's sickening to hear I don't have the power. You do have the power. And therefore, I would ask you to take care of this because it just keep going on and going the next year before that. But my thing is you do have the manpower to take care of this. I don't want to hear no more about next year. I can sit here and I can't even count on my hands how many times I have seen this. And if you're mad for me, I'll tell you what you do. You get your car and sit down there and turn your heat on and sit down there sometime when it's cold. And some people say it's really a nuisance. You go to other places, you go to other towns, it's all nice and casual. It's not like they got to answer everything, but other towns say, sure, no problem. Even out here, out of state of New Jersey, no problem. We'll take care of it. Don't have to worry about the problem is done. And I hope you would look at this because I'm not going to ask nobody no more about this because I can go ahead and start putting marks on this table right here and come back and mark some more. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jim.
Anyone else have any questions or comments? No, anyone online? Jim?
No, sir.
No? I wasn't sure if you were getting up to, no, I guess you're leaving everything. Thought you were getting up to make a comment, yeah. You all right? You didn't? All right. Hi, ladies there. Can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Make such a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Christina, you got anything to add?
I have no mic, so I'll just project. I won't take too long, but I wanted to reiterate, I was very thankful. Thank you for the presentation from Pulse. I want to reiterate the sentiments that I heard from others here. I don't see everything that they do, like perhaps the chief does, but anecdotally, I have seen them literally go to the ends of the earth to get people the resources and the help that they need. So very appreciative of them. Other news, every time I seem to be talking about the Historic Preservation Commission's new design guidelines. So still moving forward. Last night, the commission itself adopted their final version, which is a next step. The planning board, same night, also received an initial presentation of the design guidelines from architect Stephen Smolin. So after this point, we will be able as a body to refer that to planning for official review and perhaps adopt that as part of our zoning, our ordinances. It's a beautiful document. It's available on the website. I encourage you to look. The commission actually is probably wrapping up at the library just this evening, a forum for folks to have a presentation of those guidelines, which will be relevant specifically to the Washington Street and Broad Street historic districts and other sites in town. Beautiful document. Other than that, I just hope that everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving and is able to make some great memories with friends and family. Thank you.
Cassie.
I'm gonna start by saying I agree with Jimmy about the microphones, Mr. Manager. On the record there. In the room for me to agree with. I got a few comments about the election, first and foremost, as always, big congrats to the borough for their support in running a smooth, everything they do and making sure that elections run smooth. I was grateful to see Margie and Luann here. I think that Red Bank, man, have they done a hell of a job for Red Bank. So grateful that they're going to continue. And I was evidenced tonight by them and the Senator Gopal coming by to help support important people in our community. There was, again, I have a few comments here, but there was I want to push back on, there were some folks that were upset about people from Evergreen Terrace having a busing over to the senior center. And I want to come out and just say that I was so offended by that narrative going around. There was a polling place at Evergreen Terrace. It's a senior community for individuals of low income. They have transportation issues. They lost their polling site through no faults of their own. And this community and this body and this borough made sure they could have free transportation to go and exercise their democratic rights. And the people in this community then said that that was somehow wrong. That is so offensive. I don't even want to get into the whole checklist of ists and obias that it checks off that people would criticize that service. I hope it lasts forever until they get a polling site back over there. But I can't believe that individuals in this community, it embarrasses me that people were discussing that on the internet. And now I did a little door knocking. The question has come to me way too many times. I'd like to just set the record straight that I am grateful for the opportunity to have been a member of this body. And it was solely my decision not to run again. I have started a new career. I was asked multiple times to reconsider. I was, and this has been an honor of a lifetime. But you can't do things by half measures. And I have a new career, and I have a 15-year-old that needs more time for me at home, and something I had to give. And I am congratulations to Ben Euro. I think that it's a vital voice to have individual in this body that have young children. And I'm grateful that that voice is going to be sitting in this seat next year. And I'm not going anywhere. I know there's a real tradition, I think, of folks that step aside from this dais to disappear from the community, or at least in service. I will remain on the fire department, and at some point, maybe, you know, people will think about me for an appointed position. We'll see. We'll find out how good of friendships I maintained over the years. But I want to congratulate everyone that ran across all bodies and all offices. Congratulations. Thank you for running, and thank you for making sure. But I got out everything I had to say, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
I agree with what Christina said and what David is saying. But one thing I do want to clarify with the polling locations, the borough has no jurisdiction of where the polling locations are. That is set strictly by the county. A year and a half ago is when those changes were made. And I'm very proud for the borough to step up to help these seniors and those in Montgomery Terrace as well. These are people who do not have cars, to be able to travel a little bit further to vote. So I proudly stand behind helping our community when something has changed in that way, to give people their civil right, which is to vote. So I just want to say that the buses have been going for a year and a half now. So for it to come up at this point, I just found it to be very odd. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Moving on, I'm very thankful for Pulse. They have helped many people in the community. You know, in council hours, we've encountered people who do need their help. We've reached out to Pulse as well, and they've been nothing but amazing to help those in need. So I fully support their services, and I'm grateful that we do have the opioid settlement. I think it's being used for a good purpose for that. Moving on to more mundane things, the Shade Tree Committee is reporting that the tree canopy project, we now have 2 people, and if you live on Drummond Place, be on the lookout. We're going to send a letter to the owners of the property on Drummond to see if they would be interested in having a tree, courtesy of the Shade Tree Committee, to help build a tree canopy on that street. Drummond Place is the project street at this time. We'll see how it goes, and then they'll expand from there. On the EC side, New Jersey Natural Gas and Sustainable Jersey has reached out to the EC Green Team to help bring forth information about energy efficiency testing and what services are available. So basically, Sustainable Jersey with New Jersey Natural Gas will be providing the toolkits and materials, and EC Green Team will be out there tabling at events to share this information, and also using social media as well. So I think that's really good. And, you know, someone came in here asking, what are we doing to help reduce our greenhouse gases? This is one of the things that we do as well. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Ben?
Yes.
So, Christina didn't mention that she was just reelected, and so I thought I'd mention it since she was one of my running mates, as well as Ben and Laura next to me. And of course, Laura, you remind me at so many meetings how amazing it is to serve with a healthcare professional. Like today, you know? And I say this because I kind of really believe it now that I think every governing body of every town should probably have at least one healthcare professional on it, because it just brings point of view and an understanding that I don't see a lot of these. I've covered meetings as a reporter for a long time. I've been a municipal nerd here, sitting in the audience watching deliberations for as long as I've lived in Red Bank, which is close to 30 years. And I really do appreciate it. And I always, and it's kind of even like just today, but all the time, and also counts at office hours. You know, I'm thinking, what an honor it is to be reelected, and that we ran unopposed. You know, of course, and you can't please everyone. I do appreciate the patience that Red Bank residents had with me going door to door. I did not go on all the doors of town, but I did my best to hit at least several hundred. And Mr. Cassidy actually walked along with some of that. Thank you. And so I get unfiltered, we got some unfiltered, you know, feedback as well as, and I do appreciate that. Kind of, you have to, I think being in public service is good to learn to listen better. And I think I'm trying as I get older to listen more and talk less at doors. And that served me well, I think, going door to door. Yeah, I'm thinking, why do I like being a councilman? Actually was a question I got a lot. And I found it surprisingly powerful. I to say the one meeting that I find the most valuable, oddly enough, is probably council office hours at the senior center. And ironically, I've been criticized to that, right to my face. You know, Ben, you know, that's just some sort of scam to, you know, so people don't come to council meetings to complain. Of course, that's just crazy. I love the person who said that to me, but yeah, it is crazy because, you know, most of the people who come to council office hours, it wouldn't be appropriate to come here, you know. One of them was homeless.
Yeah.
With mental issues.
Yep.
Okay, you know, they're not gonna come here and talk about their homelessness generally. And also we spent, I don't know, 2 hours with her.
More than 2 hours.
Right, I mean, I think, you know, this idea that, you know, the office hours are some sort of scam, so people don't come to council meetings. You know, believe me, people with a political agenda who want to make a message, they come here and let us have it, and let me have it in my face. And sometimes, you know, I get some of that at council office hours, people are unhappy about things, but a lot of times it's someone who doesn't want to be in front of a TV camera. You know, this whole thing is on the air. And a lot of residents, a lot of people understandably aren't comfortable about talking about, say, their homelessness, you know, in front of however thousands of people watch these meetings. I'm always amazed how many people watch it. Actually, when I go door to door, I hear about it. I hear about the meetings, surprising detail. Anyway, I just want to thank the Red Bank residents for your support and your faith in myself and my running mates. And I want to say how honored I am to be up here. I think one thing to add is, you know, do we disagree with each other up here? We do it respectfully, you know. And I remember sitting where Mr. Scott is sitting right now for a long time and watching this body having dysfunctional and toxic deliberations. And, you know, I don't miss that. And a lot wasn't done. When we got up here, I was shocked how much I didn't know that things that didn't get done. And I'm very happy that we're getting a lot of those things done now. You know, if you look at Washington and see what dysfunction in government looks like, I guess they yell at each other, and I guess maybe we're happy to watch that on Fox News and CNN. But I love being up here and actually seeing in our own little, 2 square mile town, a little bit of democracy work. I don't always get my way. Not everybody always here gets their way, but we do talk to each other respectfully. And I don't think, I'm going to thank my Board of Education training for this. I don't know that yelling at Christina and calling her name is going to help me advance my agenda to get something done here. Yeah, I think that listening and disagreeing respectfully and, sometimes, I've gotten things pulled from the agenda and other things, to move forward. And I do appreciate, there have been times where I've sort of said, let's not do this, and, I've been listened to and vice versa. So, and sometimes you stop me from doing something. So anyway, I do appreciate that, and thank you so much. And it is an honor to serve the residents of Red Bank and to be up here.
Laura?
I agree with everything my colleagues have said before us. Thank you for bringing up healthcare professionals on councils. As we see, we honored a school nurse today, and she's great. She's really terrific. Before we came here, Kate and I were testifying in the Monmouth Mall at Robert Wood Johnson.
The Vocal Wellness Center.
Yeah, Vocal Wellness Center or something. Because they're trying to close down major parts of Monmouth Medical Center. So Kate and I went to it was supposed to be a public hearing a couple of weeks ago. And when we got there, my husband and I, who you might know is a physician, found out that was not a public hearing, that was an information session. So then they continued to move the public hearing to an RWJ Barnabas site, which was so small. 2 rooms that probably held, what do you think, 100 people maybe? And there was people wrapped around the building. They were in wheelchairs. It was cold out. A lot of people had come to testify as to why they want Monmouth Medical Center to stay where it is. And as you know, we wrote a resolution about that last meeting at it was number resolution 25226. So I was able to get up and speak to some of the points that as a nurse, I've been a nurse almost 50 years this May, which is really crazy. But for my experiences with Monmouth Medical Center, having my children there, having been treated for cancer there, and how important it is to that community to have Monmouth Medical Center there and the population that it serves. So I was able to speak, and then Kate spoke. I was able to report at Kate's too. She did a great, awesome job. And a lot of people were there, and a lot of people did not get in that room, but they were outside and they did not move. And so I hope that the state hears us and knows that Monmouth Medical Center is an important part of the shore area. So now I'll get off my soapbox on that. The animal welfare met last night. They're having a free rabies vaccine clinic, December 6th. We're so excited we get to have it in the primary school this year. Dr. Rummage and his team worked with us on that. It's going to be December 6th from 10 to 2. And that's one of their big projects that we're going to be doing in the winter time. And we had a new member put on the animal welfare today. We're Mayor's Wellness, November 22nd. We're having a turkey giveaway. We have 30-something tabling so far. We've been working really hard on that.
So
I wanted,
awesome.
Bingo Pal left, but Bingo Pal Civics Association gave us money. We've got money from WellPoint Insurance. We've gotten money from Aetna. We've got donations of turkeys from Fulfill. We're going to have non-perishable foods. We're going to have Aetna's giving us bags of fresh vegetables, plus all resources, and I'll be there jamming. So anybody who wants to win flu or COVID shot, I'll be there. Parker Clinic will be there, and so will the Monmouth County Health.
You can get a shot right from the councilwoman?
Right from the council.
Wow.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Jamming away.
I got it last year from Laura. She's very gentle, and I have a phobia. Like, it takes a lot for me to allow it, and she's one of the best. You're one of the best.
So that's Mayor Wellness, and then the library. The library is having a board meeting on November 20th. Tonight, they had several classes there tonight. You brought up the Historic Associations meeting there tonight, and then they're having ESL classes tonight. Every Friday, they have dance fitness, and they have food for nutrition courses coming up. They're also doing a drive for the Monmouth County SPCA with pet supplies, pet food, gently used linen. They're all the whole month in November, they're collecting things at the library for the Monmouth County SPCA. So that's really some good stuff too. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. As Laura mentioned, I'll just start with our day and how it started earlier. I was at the hearing regarding Monmouth Medical and their plan to move their hospital license to Tinton Falls from Long Branch. It's of concern for multiple reasons, but one mainly because Long Branch is an urban center. It is the most uninsured, underinsured population in Monmouth County. One of the points that I cannot stress enough is that when a hospital in an urban center like New York City needs to be renovated, they don't just pick up and move to the farm. They renovate the hospital where it is in the community that it is serving. I do believe that it's important for Monmouth Medical to do the same. Of course, there were representatives there from Riverview, our own hospital. Their concern being that this will cause duplication of services and that it'll cause there to be closure of services at our hospital in Red Bank. So the point once again had to be made that all of these issues once again stem from the fact that this is a for-profit system. And as long as the system is for profit and not for care first, then the for-profit part of it will always come before the care, right? Because if the care part came first, then these services would not be abandoning the people that need it most. We saw nurses there that are Red Bank residents. We saw people there that are Red Bank residents. I saw people there that are mothers of fire department members. So just when you think you might be moving outside of your jurisdiction as a Red Bank, representative on this dais, I am always reminded that our community is much larger and we did have every right to be there and to be speaking on behalf of our community. And it was very appropriate. And I will reiterate what Laura said. It was a completely inappropriate venue. It was not a proper public hearing. It should be held in a larger space and it was not held properly. We have a lot of exciting news on Broad Street, specifically in the Broadwalk corridor. Shore Gamers, which had its soft opening and it's just so incredible. I know that Councilman Ben Forrest will be, what is the proper term, Ben?
Game master, dungeon master.
Game master, dungeon master. He'll be hosting
Dungeons and Dragons game there.
Dungeons and Dragons at Shore Gamers. They're having their grand opening Saturday at 6:30. They had their soft opening and it is so beautiful in there that I actually cried. I grew up working in that space when it was Funkin' Standard. I was a store manager there when it was Green Street. To see the amount of love that Gennaro and his family put into that space is actually moving. It's really hard for small business owners in general to think about the amount of stock that they purchase, to think about merching that store out, to think about all of the love they put into every single nook of that place and the community that they've built for people to share in there. It's extremely moving and it is extremely special to have a store like that in town. And we're all huge fans of it. I know David Cassidy is a huge fan of that store. Christina, Nancy, we're all huge fans of it. So their grand opening is Saturday at 6:30. We should really pack the place because we are so fortunate to have it. Street Kitchen Pub, which is on the further end of Broad Street. It's a 2-story restaurant and then it also has a rooftop. Their opening is this weekend. So that's super excited, long awaited. Can't wait for that. And that's basically the gist of my report for now. I just wanted to say congratulations again to my council mates on your reelection and for running unopposed. I think it's a testament to your service. I truly believe that. I believe that you've done a phenomenal job. And, I'm super grateful for your service and, sitting up here, just the constant back and forth of, oh, and you'll be the one giving the shots at the wellness fair. Oh, and Ben, you'll be administering the Dungeons and Dragons game. Oh, Cassidy, yeah, you're gonna be a firefighter forever, even though you won't be up on the dais anymore. And Nancy, you're out on the road and you're spray painting everything, for the road closure. Oh, and Christina, like, yeah, you just worked on this entire huge document for historic preservation that nobody ever would have been able to tackle except for you. And I know that for a fact with that group. When I think about everybody up here, we could not be more blessed. And I mean that with my entire heart. And I think about it every single day, and I'm just full of gratitude for this team. So thank you so much for everything that you do. And I really mean it. It's not reduced because you ran unopposed. Ben Euro, it's not reduced because you ran unopposed. You've been invested in this town. Every single person knew who you were. They were like, oh, yeah, I see him walking around every day. I see him with kids. I know his wife. She's on animal welfare. You are the true definition of community, every single one of you, and I'm full of gratitude to serve with you every single day. So congratulations.
I'd like to comment on the report, if that's okay.
Sure.
Comment on my report.
I love the report, of course, and I do appreciate you being campaign manager, by the way. And I actually wanted to say that I think it's we run unopposed, which is an unusual honor. It's not something that I expected. I know there are some people in the community who feel like that's sure. I think we're preparing to run opposed and not running unopposed is unusual for Red Bank. And I don't know that it'll ever happen to me again if I run for office, and I'm going to appreciate it. It happened on the Board of Ed a few times. Anyway, I am sorry to hear that hearing today, though, that you went and the two of you represented it sounds like it was kind of a sham. I mean, you did the best you could in a difficult situation, but I'm so sorry that Monmouth Medical Center decided to, be ridiculous about the way they accommodated you. Thank you for going.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
Thank you, everyone. I don't have anything to add. We covered it all. A lot of great events coming up. I'm excited for the holiday season in Red Bank. And the interest in, we're already way over time than we've been, of late, but what are we gonna do? Jim, you got your manager's report and take it away.
Managers.
I'm waiting online for that.
It's not gonna be that exciting, man. But I just wanted to congratulate, obviously the councilwomen on your election and councilman-elect, Ben Euro. Look forward to working with you. Really do. Also, I want to give props to Mary Moss and her staff. You guys run a tight ship with that. The virtually no complaints my way at all. And I know that you handle everything with the utmost respect for the process, and I really appreciate that. I have all the confidence in you. I just want to let the community know on record, Dr. James Parker at the railroad crossing will be seeing a significant amount of work in this coming week.
Yes. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
We've been back and forth with the state and Conrail.
Okay.
To fix that crossing there. So the last word I got as of today is that they still are on schedule for a Monday start. We'll be going out with messaging, if it hadn't gotten out already tonight, talking with my team at least early tomorrow to make sure that we have a comprehensive messaging on that. There's going to be pretty significant impact that week to that intersection. It just has to happen. So obviously detours will be set up, and we're coordinating with them on that. Great Veterans Day ceremony. Big hats off to Fatima, who as community engagement coordinator, that was her first event that she kind of spearheaded for that department, and worked with the Elks, and we were very thankful for them bringing us inside out of the cold.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, El.
We had a great speaker as well. Our keynote, Allison Blackstock. I'm mixing names here. And a lot of great performances as well throughout that ceremony. Mayor, great job hosting that and emceeing that event as well. And about 30,000 municipal government employees, elected officials, professional services will be ascending or descending down on Atlantic City over the next week for a few days of great conferences and networking as far as local government goes. A lot happens down during this week. It's something that's been going on for a very long time. And, you know, I'm happy to attend that conference at the League of Municipalities to see what we can bring back to the borough of Red Bank through all the conferences and courses that we attend. And that's it.
Thank
I
you.
did have one thing I forgot. Walking the dogs over on East Side Park, you know, they've been remediating the community garden there and some of the properties nearby. And then I also noticed they set up a trailer and some fencing on the west side of the basketball courts there. So I went over and said, what's going on? They said, well, we have some remediation to do in the park itself. There'll be a couple spots that they'll be digging out, but I just want to let everybody know that there'll be some remediation work happening at East Side Park.
And we have a call on Monday with DEP to go over exactly what that scope is so that we can push that out to the community as well.
Great.
Great, thank you.
I comment on, Mr. Gant's report, if that's okay, Mr. Mayor.
Man,
So actually, you came up a number of times when I'm walking around door to door in the town, Mr. Gant. I won't share all the comments, but they were generally positive.
Generally positive.
They were generally positive, overwhelming, I'm gonna say overwhelmingly positive. But one of them asked, one person says, so Ben, you know, how did you get such a good manager for Red Bank? And I said, well, I'll share with you our secret strategy. You sure you can share that? I said, absolutely.
I'm bracing for impact here.
We actually went through our pile of resumes and interviewed a whole bunch of people, and he was the most qualified applicant.
Amazing.
That was our secret strategy. We hired the most qualified applicant,
Yep.
actually.
It's just so great.
Story, that really happened.
Thanks.
did I have a motion to adjourn to executive session?
As long as I can get a 5-minute break.
Yes.
Okay, so moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Taking 5 minutes, then going to executive session.
Council determined that circumstances exist to meet privately in executive session. The nature of the matter to be discussed is a personnel employee disciplinary matter. The meeting will take approximately 20 minutes. In addition to the people on the dais, I should also mention that our labor attorney, Jonathan Cohen, will be joining the executive session. No action will be taken thereafter.
Someone in the room was one of the people.
Personnel.